Hey, great. Nick Namalita, and this is my channel, The Midnight Librarian. Today I will be going over my May 2022 TBR. Oh my goodness. It is May. I had a feeling that this was going to be a readathon this year. I'm so happy that it was because I participated in it last year and absolutely can't remember if I enjoyed it or not. I'm sure I did. But it is the May the 4th read with you. I enjoy Eric from Breakeven books, the effort that they put into this, as well as their partners' effort that they put into this, and creating the prompts. I think it's really awesome, as well as their effort to dress up as a Sith Lord for the announcement video. I will have everything for this readathon linked down in the description down below if you're at all interested. I highly suggest you watch Eric's video. So May the 4th read with you readathon is a Star Wars themed readathon for the whole month of May, and basically there's a light side, neutral, and dark side, and reading prompts for all three. Basically what you want to try to do is basically choose your adventure to either the Jedi Order or the Sith Order, and depending on how many prompts you read depends on what you are within that order. So for instance, I will most likely be part of the Jedi Order once again, and if I read finish one prompt, I'm a Jedi Youngling, 2 books Padawan, 3 books a Jedi Knight, and 4 books Jedi Master, or 5 books Grand Jedi Master. Yeah, let's get into the prompts and what I plan to read for. So the first set of prompts is abilities, and for this it has the light side, neutral side, and dark side, and basically you are supposed to either pick the light side or the dark side. Anyone can be part of the neutral, so you can, like, if there's anything in the light side and some prompts that you don't like, you can pick it out, choose a neutral prompt, but you're not supposed to go to the dark side essentially, and vice versa. So for the light side, I have Force Spirit, a book with ghosts or supernatural elements. And for this, I would like to finally get to Nothing But Blackened Teeth by Cassandra Khaw. One is one that was making its rounds on YouTube for a while, and I got it, and I just want to know where I fall in terms of, it seems like this has kind of let people down in a way. So this is a gorgeously creepy haunted house tale steeped in Japanese folklore. A Heian era mansion stands abandoned, its foundations resting on the bones of a bride and its walls packed with remains of the girl sacrificed to keep her company. It's the perfect venue for a group of thrill-seeking friends brought back together to celebrate a wedding. A night of food, drinks, and games quickly spiral into a nightmare as secrets get dragged out and relationships are tested. But the house has secrets too. Lurking in the shadows is the ghost bride with a black smile and a hungry heart, and she gets lonely down there in the dirt. So yeah, it sounds creepy. The cover is creepy. I've heard that it's kind of breaks the fourth wall of sorts, that it kind of makes fun of horror tropes. So yeah, but from the most part, from what I understand, a lot of people are kind of like disappointed with this book, but I just want to know how I feel about it. So that's what I'm hoping for. The next prompt is Healing, a comfort read, which I'm probably going to need after that horror book. So I am going to pick up The Hummingbird's Gift by Cy Montgomery. Wonder, beauty, and a renewal on wings. I have read Cy Montgomery before. I just read one of their books back in April, something about an octopus. I can't remember, but I absolutely love their work, and so I wanted to see more of their nonfiction works, and nonfiction tends to be my most comforting reads. It's just something I like to escape to, particularly when I'm feeling stressed out, so I thought this would be a good one. Let's see. The lightest birds in the sky. Hummingbirds are capable of astonishing feats, such as flying backwards, diving at speeds of 61 miles per hour, and beating their wings more than 60 times a second. Miraculous creatures, hummingbirds are also incredibly vulnerable when they first emerge from their eggs. That's where Brenda Sherburne LaBelle comes in. With tenderness and patience, she rescues abandoned hummingbirds and nurses them back to health until they can fly away and live in the wild. In The Hummingbird's Gift, the extraordinary care that Brenda provides. Her peanut-sized patience is revealed, and in the process we discover just how truly amazing hummingbirds are. So this sounds really nice, and particularly during the season where we're starting to see more hummingbirds. I mean, they're around all year. I know I particularly need to change out the sugar water in my hummingbird feeders. It's something that we always enjoy seeing once they do start coming out of their winter stupor and start coming around a lot more. So yeah. Next is Knowledge, a book with at least 5 words in the title. And for that, I am going to read another nonfiction, this one focusing on snails, and that is The Sound of a Wild Snail Eating by Elizabeth Tova Bailey. This one, in a work that beautifully demonstrates the rewards of closely observing nature, Elizabeth Tova Bailey shares an inspiring and intimate story of her encounter with Neohelix albolabris, a common woodland snail. While illness keeps her bedridden, Bailey watches a wild snail that has taken up residence on her nightstand. As a result, she discovers a solace and sense of wonder that this mysterious creature brings, and comes to a greater understanding of her own place in the world. Intrigued by the snail's molluscan anatomy, cryptic defenses, clear decision-making, hydraulic locomotion, and courtship activities, Bailey becomes an astute and amused observer, offering a candid and engaging look into the curious life of this underappreciated small animal. So this one I actually had originally heard about from Allie, who I'll linked down in the description down below as well. I've heard good things from them. I've actually once I received this and kind of put it as an Instagram haul. I've heard nothing but good things about this book, saying that it was people's favorites. So yeah, I'm really excited to get to this. Next prompt is Cleansing, finish a series. And for that, I am finally going to be reading The Bridge of Souls by Victoria Schwab. This is the, I believe, yes, third and final book to the, what is this called? Cassidy Blake series. So basically we are following Cassidy Blake, who had a near-death experience, and because of that she can now see ghosts and go beyond the veil, essentially is what she calls it. It's kind of like slipping through a curtain and being able to see the undead. Her parents are hired to do a docu-series or TV series about haunted places around the world. So in the first book we follow them to Cassidy and her parents to Edinburgh, Scotland, as they talk about some of the haunted places there, and Cassidy ends up having to work with some ghosts and figure out why children are going missing. In the second book, we are in the catacombs of Paris, and kind of like learning about some of the history in that. And then in this one, I believe we are in New Orleans. Cassidy also has a best friend who happens to be a ghost, and they are both slowly learning what that means, and like what it means for Cassidy to have these powers. Her parents don't know of these powers, by the way. And yeah, I've loved these covers. I think they're very haunting and cool. I have read, obviously this is the third book in the series, I had read Victoria Schwab before, but like this is the first middle grade I've read from them. The only other series that I've read from them is the Verity series, The Savage Song and Our Dark Duet, which I love The Savage Song. I did not like Our Dark Duet. So I'm still figuring out how I feel about Victoria Schwab in terms of writing. So hoping to finish this up. The next prompt is Animal Bond, a book with an animal on the cover. And for that, I am going to do The Woman in the Woods and Other North American Stories, a cautionary fables and fairy tales book. So this is a collection of collection edited by Kel McDonald, Kate Ashwin, and Lena Pete. Shapeshifter so frightening you shouldn't speak their name. That's just part of this collection of folklore from Indigenous people of North America, retold in comic form. The 5th edition of the Cautionary Fables and Fairy Tales graphic anthology series is a thrilling, funny, and totally unexpected take on stories spanning North America, with loads of traditional stories from Indigenous nations such as the Taino, Navajo, Ottawa, and more. So, and that's a turtle. But we also have a horse on the back. So that's what I'm hoping to read. I'm very curious about this and have been eager to get into it. So yeah. Okay, so that's it for abilities, and then we have weapons. And so we can choose from a lightsaber, blaster, or spaceships. Each one has its own prompt, and for this I'm choosing a lightsaber, a book with your favorite color as the main color on the cover, and for that I am picking Daughter of the Deep by Rick Riordan. This one has intrigued me just because of all, it's a marine biology book, and I'm so excited. And it is middle grade. We are following Anna Dakar, a freshman at Harding at Pencroft Academy, a 5-year high school that graduates the best marine scientists, naval warriors, and navigators and underground explorers in the world. Anna's parents died while on a scientific expedition 2 years ago, and the only family she has left is her older brother, Deb, also a part of a student at HP. And they've heard all the jokes already, so don't go there. And this freshman year culminates with the class's weekend trial at sea, the details of which have been kept secret. She only hopes she has what it will take to succeed. All her worries are blown out the water when on the bus ride to their ship, Anna and her schoolmates witness a terrible tragedy that will change the trajectory of their lives. So I have not read a Rick Riordan before. I do have the first book in the Percy Jackson series, but just haven't gotten to it. This one I feel has more appeal to me particularly. I have read others that Rick Riordan has published, for instance Rebecca Roanhorse's book, but yeah, I'm very interested to see how I like it. I'm excited, and that's one thing with this readathon is that you can't double up on reading prompts, otherwise several of these could have worked for like several of these prompts. So yeah. And then partners. So each side has its partners. The allies, the light side has Rebel Alliance and Resistance, and then I can also choose from helpers, which are the neutral party, which are bounty hunters and droids. So for Rebel Alliance, it's a book with LGBTQ representation, and for that I hope to read A History of My Brief Body by Billy Ray Belcourt. This is a poetry collection by Billy Ray Belcourt, I believe, talking about their indigeneity as well as queerness, and basically kind of just exploring their life. So I've heard really good things. I've got this from the library. This is a resource sharing, so I got it from, where did I get it? SUNY Oswego, so thank you so much to them for sending this my way. And then I'm going to choose Bounty Hunter from the neutral side, which is read a book that is at the top of your list. This one I've been wanting to read, so I don't necessarily, there's a lot I've been wanting to read, so really any book could work for this, but I've been wanting to get my hands, like my face into this book for a while, and that is Death by Dumplings by Vivian Sheehan. And welcome to Ho Li Noodle House, where the Chinese food is to die for. The last place Lana Lee thought she would ever end up is back at her family's restaurant, but after a brutal breakup and a dramatic workplace walkout, she figures that a return to the Cleveland area to help wait tables is her best option for putting her life back together, even if that means having to put up with her mother, who is dead set on finding her a husband. Lana's love life soon becomes yesterday's news once the restaurant's property manager, Mr. Fang, turns up dead after a delivery of shrimp dumplings from Ho Li. How could this have happened when everyone on staff knew about Mr. Fang's severe, life-threatening shellfish allergy? Now, with the whole restaurant under suspicion for murder and the local media in a feeding frenzy, to say nothing of the gorgeous police detective who keeps turning up for takeout, it's off to Lana to find out who is behind Fang's killer order before her own number is up. So I've heard good things about this book. This sounds very similar to the Mama Tita's restaurant deal that has been out. I didn't particularly like that one, and I was hoping that this one would be hit closer to what I want. I also really enjoy this cover. It makes me hungry. This is like a murder mystery series, so from what I understand there's quite a few in this book series, so hoping hoping to get to that as well. And then I'm also going to do droids, but I don't, which is the prompt for that is audiobooks / ebooks, and I'm sure I'll read audiobooks for the month of May. I just don't know which ones yet, so we'll have to see. Hopefully I can get some of these on audiobooks. We'll have to see, because ultimately it's not a bad stack. Thankfully they're all relatively small, but I still need some help, so I'm hopefully find some of these on audiobook and get a hold of them that way. Otherwise, more than likely I'll end up finding something available through my library or through Libro that I'm able to fulfill this prompt for that isn't doubling one of these other ones. So yeah, if you've read any of these or are participating in the May the Force Read With You readathon, let me know what side you're on. Let me know your thoughts on these books. Otherwise, I hope that you are in the mental mindset to enjoy your reading, and I will see you in another video very soon. Chew.